Our universe is full of mysteries, but some are more puzzling than others. Today, we're counting down 20 objects that might not even belong to Earth.
Record all these cool sounds. Some of them sound like sonar pings from a submarine. Some of them actually sound like spooky sounds, like a haunted house.
From meteors with secrets to unexplained signals and artifacts, these discoveries make us question what we think we know about life, space, and history. Could they be clues to life beyond our planet, or are they simply unexplained pieces of our own story? Let's find out. Elizabeth Fowler's Meteorite Tale. Imagine you're enjoying a peaceful afternoon nap, cozy on your couch, when suddenly, bam, a meteorite crashes through your ceiling and hits you. Sounds unreal, right? But for Elizabeth Fowler, this wild scenario became a reality on a November day in 1954. Elizabeth holds a record no one would want. She's the only person in recorded history to survive being struck by a meteorite. The celestial rock caused a whirlwind of attention, attracting both curious onlookers and military interest. After thorough examinations, the meteorite was handed back to Elizabeth and her husband. However, things got complicated when their landlord claimed ownership of the space rock. The bizarre legal fight ended with Elizabeth paying the landlord $500 to settle the matter. Quite a low price for such a rare object. But the drama didn't stop there. The meteorite brought her more challenges than thrills. Health issues, anxiety, and dwindling interest in the rock made life difficult. Initially valued at thousands, the meteorite eventually sold for just $25 to the Alabama Museum of Natural History. Elizabeth's story is a mix of cosmic wonder and human struggle, reminding us that even the most extraordinary moments come with their challenges. The wow signal. Something incredible was picked up at Ohio State University's Big Ear Radio Telescope, an unexplained signal that has puzzled scientists ever since. This remarkable event occurred on August 15, 1977, when researcher Jerry R. Ehman noticed an unusual intensity reading 6EQUJ5 on the telescope's computer printout. Struck by its uniqueness, he circled the reading and wrote "Wow" in the margin, giving the signal its famous name. What made the wow signal so fascinating was its frequency, near 1,420 MHz, the hydrogen line, associated with the most abundant element in the universe. Many speculated that the signal could have been a deliberate message from intelligent life, possibly from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. The mystery deepened because the signal lasted only 72 seconds and was never detected again. Some recent studies suggest that natural phenomena, like a comet or a passing hydrogen cloud, might explain it. Others aren't so sure. Could it have been an intentional message from a distant civilization, or just a rare cosmic coincidence? Allen Hill's meteorite. Now let's travel back to Antarctica, to a different kind of mystery. In 1984, scientists discovered something incredible in the frozen expanse of Allen Hills. A potato-sized meteorite weighing about 4.2 pounds. Known as ALH 84001, this small rock had traveled millions of miles from Mars to Earth, and it held secrets that would spark one of the biggest debates in science. In 1996, researchers made an exciting announcement. Inside the meteorite, they found tiny structures that looked like fossilized microbes. If true, this could mean life once existed on Mars, a discovery that would completely change how we think about our universe. But not everyone agreed. Some scientists argued that the organic carbon inside the meteorite could have been created by volcanic activity on Mars, not by living organisms. Others pointed out that contamination on Earth could have affected the meteorite after it landed here. Despite decades of study, nobody has been able to say for sure whether these tiny structures are evidence of ancient Martian life or just natural formations. The mystery remains, leaving us to wonder, could this meteorite be proof that we're not alone? Or is it just a fascinating rock? The dropa stones. Their story is both strange and fascinating, filled with unanswered questions. It all started in 1938 when a group of archaeologists led by Chipu Tay explored the remote Baigong Mountains, right where China and Tibet meet. While searching the rugged terrain, they stumbled upon something unexpected, a collection of stone discs. Each one was about 12 inches wide, with spiral grooves etched into them, spreading out from the center. These grooves were covered in tiny symbols that looked like hieroglyphs. Because of their unique design, they were named the dropa stones. At first, nobody could figure out what the symbols meant. The stones were left a mystery and eventually forgotten. But years later, a Russian scientist, Dr. Tsumnui, claimed he cracked the code. He said the symbols told an incredible story. Visitors from space, called the dropa, had crash-landed on Earth about 12,000 years ago. According to his interpretation, the dropa wanted to live peacefully with local tribes, but their efforts were misunderstood, and they were rejected. Dr. Tsum even suggested the stones might be like ancient data disks, holding advanced knowledge from these alien travelers. This idea stirred up a lot of debate. Could these stones really be evidence of extraterrestrial life? Or were they just a misunderstood artifact from ancient times? Not everyone was convinced. Critics pointed out that no dropa stones have ever been shown in museums or labs for proper study, and the so-called dropa tribe, linked to these stories, were known to be nomadic herders, not an alien-descended race. The mystery deepened in 1994 when two German researchers, Hartwig Hausdorff and Peter Krasser, said they were told during a trip to China that the stones had been destroyed on government orders. No official records of the stones exist, leaving nothing to study or prove. What's the actual truth here? If the dropa stones didn't matter, why were they concealed or destroyed? The Betz sphere. In 1974, after a fire on their property in Florida, the Betz family discovered something unusual: a shiny metal sphere. It looked ordinary at first, about the size of a bowling ball, but it turned out to be anything but normal. They brought it home, curious about what it might be, and soon strange things started happening. One day, Terry Betz played his guitar near the sphere. To everyone's surprise, it reacted. It made strange pulsing sounds and even seemed to move on its own, almost like it was alive. The family was both amazed and a little unsettled. News of the mysterious sphere spread quickly, catching the attention of local media, the US Navy, and even UFO expert J. Allen Hynek. The Navy examined the sphere and claimed it was nothing special, just a stainless steel piece from industrial machinery. But UFO enthusiasts weren't buying it. They believed the sphere's strange behavior might mean it had an extraterrestrial origin. To this day, the true story of the Betz sphere remains a mystery. An extraordinary cosmic traveler. On October 19, 2017, astronomers made an incredible discovery: a strange visitor to our solar system. Spotted by scientists at the University of Hawaii using the Pan-STAR RS-1 telescope, this object was given the name Oumuamua, meaning messenger from afar in Hawaiian. It was the first interstellar object ever detected, and it immediately captured the imagination of scientists and the public alike. At first, they thought it might be a comet, but something was off. It didn't have the usual tail or haze of gases that comets produce. Instead, it was shaped like a giant cigar, about 1,300 feet long, with an aspect ratio of 10:1, unlike anything seen before. Its surface was dark red, possibly coated in organic compounds altered by millions of years of exposure to cosmic rays. Oumuamua was speeding through space at an incredible 196,000 miles per hour. Its journey seemed to start in the constellation Lyra, but no one knows its exact origin. What made it even stranger was its acceleration. It behaved like a comet releasing gases, but no outgassing was ever observed. This mystery led some to wonder, could it be an alien spacecraft or probe? Most scientists think there's a natural explanation, though they're still figuring out exactly what that might be. By the time Oumuamua left our solar system, it had stirred up more questions than answers. The mysterious pipes of Mount Baigong. During an expedition in 2010, researchers investigating the area around Mount Baigong in China's Qinghai province found something remarkable: the Baigong pipes. These strange pipe-like structures were buried in the mountain and extended into a nearby lake. Their sizes spanned from toothpick thin to large enough for someone to walk through. What makes them so fascinating is their age and material. The pipes are believed to be thousands of years old and made of iron, a material ancient civilizations weren't thought to have used with such precision. Naturally, this sparked all kinds of theories. Some think the pipes are evidence of an advanced ancient civilization, or even the work of extraterrestrials. Could they have been part of an alien base or an ancient technology? Others suggest more practical uses, like an ancient irrigation system or some type of forgotten construction project. But geologists have their explanations. One theory is that these pipes are fossilized tree roots, where organic material was replaced by minerals over time, forming tube-like structures. Another possibility is that they're the result of natural processes, where iron-rich water solidified into these unique shapes. Despite all these ideas, there's no clear answer. The baigong pipes remain a mystery, leaving room for both science and imagination to explore what they might be. The lolladoff plate, tucked away in the towering mountains of Nepal, a curious artifact called the lolladoff plate, has captured the imagination for decades. This circular object, often described as a disk, is said to date back an incredible 12,000 years. What makes it so intriguing is the imagery reportedly carved into its surface, depictions of a UFO-like shape alongside what many interpret as an alien figure. These strange details have fueled speculation that the plate might be evidence of ancient extraterrestrial encounters. Over the years, UFO enthusiasts have pointed to it as a sign that humans had contact with beings from other worlds long ago. In 1970, the lolladoff plate became famous after being mentioned in a book titled Sun Gods in Exile by Carol Robin Evans. The book told a fascinating tale about the plate's history, drawing in readers eager to uncover secrets of the past. But the story took a turn when David Ehman, the real author of the book, later admitted he had made it all up. This confession cast serious doubt on the plate's supposed link to ancient aliens. Skeptics were quick to dismiss the artifact as a hoax or a misinterpreted relic. Some argue that its mysterious designs have been blown out of proportion by overactive imaginations. Still, a devoted group of believers hold firm. They claim the author's confession was part of a cover-up to hide the truth about humanity's ancient connections with extraterrestrial life. To them, the lolladoff plate is genuine evidence that the stories of otherworldly contact might be real. The Black Knight satellite. Let's take a journey back to 1899, when inventor Nikola Tesla reported receiving mysterious electrical signals in his Colorado lab. At the time, he wondered if these signals might be coming from outer space. Fast forward to the 1950s and 60s, and whispers started spreading about an unusual object orbiting Earth. This object, nicknamed the Black Knight satellite, was said to have been keeping an eye on our planet for an incredible 13,000 years, long before humans ever launched a satellite. The story took a big turn in 1998 during NASA's STS-88 mission. Astronauts captured a photograph of a strange object floating in space. UFO enthusiasts quickly jumped on this, claiming it was proof of the Black Knight satellite's existence and labeling it an alien observer. NASA, however, dismissed the claims, saying the object was nothing more than a thermal blanket that had come loose during the mission. But the mystery doesn't end there. Back in 1954, UFO researcher Donald Keyhoe added fuel to the fire by alleging that the US Air Force had detected 2 unknown satellites orbiting Earth, at a time when no country had the technology to launch satellites. Then, in 1960, the US Navy spotted another dark object in orbit. Initially believed to be a Soviet spy satellite, it was later identified as space debris. Despite NASA's rational explanations, the legend of the Black Knight satellite refuses to fade. To some, it's a relic of alien technology quietly observing humanity. To others, it's a fascinating mix of speculation, coincidence, and misinterpreted events. Is it a piece of space debris, a misunderstood photograph, or something far more extraordinary? The Black Knight satellite continues to capture imaginations, standing as one of the most enduring space conspiracies. Cosmic grains. Long before our solar system came into existence, tiny grains of cosmic matter were already drifting across the vastness of space. These ancient particles, formed in the fiery deaths of stars and powerful supernova explosions, carry with them elements like carbon, silicates, and metals. Far more than simple space dust, they are miniature vaults of history, preserving secrets from the earliest days of the universe. Scientists discovered in the mid-20th century that these particles, called pre-solar grains, are far older than our solar system. They have unique isotopic fingerprints, offering glimpses into the explosive processes that shape the stars and galaxies. Remarkably, these grains even contain organic molecules, the building blocks of life, hinting that life's ingredients are scattered throughout the cosmos. Despite immense challenges in collecting them through space missions, high-altitude aircraft, and meteorites, scientists persist. These tiny grains help unravel the mysteries of how stars, planets, and even life came to be. They're like breadcrumbs, leading us through the vast history of the universe, each one a window into the forces that shaped everything we know. By studying them, we inch closer to understanding the grand story of our cosmic origins. The boy who remembered Mars. Meet Boris Kiprianovich, a Russian boy born on January 11, 1996, who claims exactly that. According to Boris, he lived a past life on Mars, surrounded by advanced technology and embroiled in catastrophic wars. Since he was very young, Boris has mesmerized his parents and others with detailed stories about Martian life, describing futuristic technology, ancient civilizations, and even the downfall of his alien species in a nuclear disaster. He didn't stop there. He even spoke about Earth's lost continents and hidden knowledge, claiming insights far beyond what you'd expect from a child his age. In 2007, at just 11 years old, Boris issued a dire warning to Earth. His people were destroyed by their own conflicts, and he feared humanity was heading down the same dangerous path. His ability to discuss such complex ideas left people baffled. Could these tales be fueled by an active imagination or exposure to stories of aliens and space? Possibly. Yet some believe his words are more than fantasy, pointing to a reality we can't yet comprehend. So what do we make of Boris's claims? Are they a remarkable imagination at work or glimpses of something truly otherworldly? UFO wreckage in Antarctica. In the freezing, untouched wilderness of Antarctica, something strange caught everyone's attention. Back in 2018, an odd object was spotted on Google Earth, and it quickly sparked curiosity and wild theories. Near Mount Paget, in the middle of a snowy white landscape, there seemed to be a cigar-shaped object that looked like it had crash-landed. A long trail behind it made the story even more mysterious. The object, about 160 feet long, left people wondering if it could be the wreckage of a UFO, a spaceship from another world that had collided with the icy surface. The idea lit up UFO communities, with some suggesting that aliens might be secretly studying Earth from this remote frozen corner of the planet. But not everyone was convinced. Experts jumped in with a more down-to-earth explanation. Geologist Richard Waller suggested that what people saw might just be a collapsing glacier, a natural event caused by the powerful forces of nature, not aliens. Even so, Antarctica's extreme isolation means nobody has been able to go check it out in person. That leaves the mystery wide open. Could it really be a UFO? Or is it just an unusual formation in the ice? The curious case of the Dogu figurines. Dating back to the Jomon period as early as 14,000 BCE, the Dogu figurines, found all over Japan, are among the most enigmatic artifacts of ancient times. These small clay statues aren't just fascinating because they're ancient, they're puzzling because of their strange, otherworldly designs. It wasn't until around 4000 BCE that the figures began taking on more recognizable shapes, but even then, they remained far from ordinary. Ranging from 10 to 30 centimeters tall, Dogu figurines are unmistakable. Their features are exaggerated: large, goggle-like eyes, tiny waists, and intricate patterns etched into their clay bodies. These bizarre details have led to countless debates and theories. Were they simple fertility symbols, as suggested by their predominantly female forms? Or could they be something much more mysterious? Some people think these figurines go beyond mere rituals. Their unearthly appearance has sparked speculation that they represent ancient encounters with beings from beyond our planet. Could the Jomon people have been visited by extraterrestrials, leaving behind these statues as evidence of their encounters? It's a thrilling idea for those who believe in the possibility of ancient alien contact. Still, more grounded explanations suggest the Dogu were likely used in rituals tied to health, childbirth, or religious ceremonies. Whether they're depictions of otherworldly beings or merely reflections of human imagination, these figurines keep their secrets, leaving us to wonder, what inspired their creators all those thousands of years ago? Moai statues of Easter Island. On a remote island in the Pacific, colossal stone figures known as moai rise from the earth, their watchful eyes gazing across the landscape. These towering statues, carved by the Polynesian people of Rapa Nui between 1250 and 1500 AD, are more than just impressive. They're a mystery that has puzzled the world for centuries. Standing as tall as 33 feet and weighing over 75 tons, the moai are a testament to the incredible skill and determination of their creators. When European explorers first encountered them in the 18th century, they were stunned by the sheer size of the statues and left wondering, how did a civilization with limited tools and resources carve and transport these giants? Crafted from volcanic tuff, the moai are easily recognized by their unique features: broad noses, rectangular ears, and deep-set eyes. Many believe they represent deified ancestors or revered leaders, standing as symbols of power and spiritual connection. Placed on ceremonial platforms called ahu, the statues likely played a central role in the social and religious life of the island. Yet one of the biggest questions remains: how were they moved? Some experts think they were walked upright using ropes, while others suggest sledges or logs. Adding to the intrigue, there are even theories involving extraterrestrials, though most researchers lean toward human ingenuity as the answer. The moai are more than just monuments. They're deeply tied to the identity of the Rapa Nui people. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site, they remind us of the islanders' resilience, creativity, and enduring connection to their ancestors. A stargazer's ancient tool. More than a century ago, a group of sponge divers stumbled upon something extraordinary in a shipwreck near the Greek island of Antikythera. What they found wasn't just treasure, it was a mysterious artifact now known as the Antikythera mechanism. Dating back to the 2nd century BCE, this intricate device has left researchers and dreamers alike in awe. Why? Because it's essentially an ancient analog computer designed to predict the positions of planets, solar eclipses, and other astronomical events. With its network of at least 30 gears, the Antikythera mechanism shows a level of craftsmanship that seems far ahead of its time. Naturally, this has led to some wild theories. Some, like Giorgio Tsoukalos, suggest it could point to extraterrestrial involvement, arguing that such advanced technology might have been a gift from beings beyond Earth. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's no solid evidence for alien intervention. Instead, most historians credit the brilliance of ancient Greek engineers, whose ingenuity made this incredible creation possible. Still, questions linger. How did they develop such sophisticated knowledge of astronomy and mechanics over 2,000 years ago? Was this device a one-of-a-kind masterpiece, or just one example of forgotten ancient technologies? While scholars lean toward human ingenuity, the allure of cosmic possibilities keeps sparking imaginations. The Ubaid lizard men. In the dusty ruins of ancient Mesopotamia, archaeologists unearthed something that defied explanation. Clay figurines with unmistakably reptilian features. These artifacts, dating back to the Ubaid period, 5,500 to 3,700 BCE, were discovered during excavations at Tel al-Ubaid and Eridu in the early 20th century. And let's be honest, figures with elongated heads, almond-shaped eyes, and lizard-like noses are bound to stir some curiosity. What makes these statues even more intriguing is their variety. Some depict males and females in casual poses, while others wear what appear to be helmets, perhaps symbolizing warriors or leaders. Then there are the female figures cradling lizard-like infants, an image as unsettling as it is fascinating. Were these statues simply symbolic, tied to ancient rituals or mythologies? Or do they hint at something more extraordinary, such as a connection with beings beyond human understanding? The Ubaid period predates the famous Sumerian civilization and marks a key moment in Mesopotamian history, with advancements in city planning and temple construction. Could these figurines represent gods, ancestors, or entirely unknown entities? While many researchers interpret them through a cultural or religious lens, others can't help but speculate about connections to otherworldly visitors. the 300-million-year-old wheel. Think about unearthing an artifact deep within the Earth. Something so strange it shakes the foundations of our historical knowledge. That's exactly what happened in the coal mines of Donetsk, Ukraine. Miners there stumbled upon what appeared to be a wheel-like imprint embedded in the sandstone ceiling of a freshly excavated tunnel. This wasn't just any tunnel, though. It was nearly 3,000 feet underground, and the formation was startlingly metallic in appearance. What made the find even more mind-boggling was its estimated age, an astonishing 300 million years. How a wheel, or anything resembling that could advance engineering, exist from a time long before humans walked to the Earth. This discovery, documented in J.P. Robinson's The Myth of Man, has since sparked endless debate. Some believe it's evidence of a lost civilization, one so advanced it existed millions of years before recorded history. Others think it could be a relic of extraterrestrial visitors who may have left their mark during a long-forgotten cosmic pit stop. Skeptics, however, have simpler explanations. They argue it's a case of mistaken identity, perhaps an unusual rock formation, or even a misinterpreted artifact of natural geological processes. The mystery of the desert's zigzag pattern. In 2011, something curious began popping up on Google Earth. Users scanning desert landscapes noticed strange, elaborate zigzag patterns etched across the barren terrain. These enormous grids of sharp white lines didn't look like natural formations. They were too precise, too orderly, and naturally the internet went wild. Could it be aliens? Some wondered. After all, the sheer scale and sharp angles of the lines seemed otherworldly, almost like they were messages left by extraterrestrial visitors. But experts offered a less sensational, yet still fascinating theory. These grids might actually be man-made. According to some analysts, the patterns resemble calibration targets, markers used to fine-tune spy satellites. If that's true, it opens another Pandora's box of questions. For instance, what kind of satellite network requires such massive calibration markers? Some suggest it points to a vast, sophisticated surveillance system operated by global powers. Interestingly, one of the grid targets was measured at 65 meters wide and over a kilometer long. This detail led some to speculate that these grids might highlight weaknesses in certain spy systems, such as Chinese satellites, which might require larger targets to compensate for lower resolution. So are these enigmatic patterns simply functional tools for satellites, or are they something more mysterious? A message to the cosmos. In a historic moment in 1974, scientists Frank Drake and Carl Sagan broadcast the Arecibo message into the depths of space. Using the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico, they transmitted a binary-coded signal aimed at the M13 star cluster, 25,000 light-years away. The message included information about humanity, such as the structure of DNA, human figures, our solar system, and even the telescope itself. While the effort was groundbreaking, no response has ever come back. This silence has sparked debate. Should we continue trying to reach potential extraterrestrial civilizations, or is it too risky? Some experts worry that revealing too much could attract the wrong kind of attention, while others believe the potential for discovery outweighs the risks. As we keep searching the stars, the question of whether to connect or remain cautious remains unanswered. The enigmatic codex. Do you know about the Voynich manuscript? It's one of the biggest puzzles in history. This strange book was discovered in 1912 by a Polish book dealer named Wilfrid Voynich. It's believed to date back to the early 1400s and is full of surprises. The manuscript has 240 pages of weird illustrations and writings. There are drawings of plants, stars, and even things that look like they're from biology or medicine. But here's the thing, none of these plants, animals, or celestial objects match anything we know today. They're completely unrecognizable. One of the most mind-boggling parts of this book is its language. Nobody, cryptographers, linguists, or historians, has been able to figure it out, even after more than 100 years of trying. Some people think it might contain advanced knowledge about botany or astronomy. Others have wilder ideas, like it being a message from aliens. The odd star charts and unknown creatures have sparked theories that it might even be the work of an alien visitor stuck on Earth in the 1400s. But not everyone thinks it's that extraordinary. Some say it could be a medieval prank, made to trick or entertain people. A more practical guess is that it might be a lost encyclopedia or medical book, written in a forgotten code or language. The manuscript is divided into sections, with topics ranging from astrology to mysterious plants. It's like a giant puzzle waiting to be solved. Is it a map of ancient knowledge, a hoax, or something else entirely? We're curious, what was the most perplexing object among these 20 for you? Share your opinion in the comments below, like the video, and subscribe for more. See you next time.